Hi there everybody, it's Lynnea for ThermOWeb, and there's a brand new release from a new to ThermOWeb designer, Laura Kelly. I have here a whole line of products that you are going to absolutely love. There's 2 new stamp sets, new toner sheets, and new foils. So let's start by taking a look at the toner sheets. These are 6x6 and there are 7 patterns: spotty dots, baby Swiss dots. This one is the chunky checks, the dauntless diamonds. Then we have sweet swirls, wacky waves, and sprinkled stripes. I love all of these patterns. I think they're absolutely great, and they are so whimsy, and they go great with the stamp sets, which I'll show you in a bit. There's 8 new foils: red wagon, carrot orange, which is this next one here, sunshine yellow. I love this one because it's a nice yellow color, not too gold and not too bright either. It's perfect. Parakeet green is the next one, and I love this kind of lime green color. This gorgeous blue is denim jeans blue. Then we have berry purple, which I love the name. I think that's a super cute name. My favorite one is flamingo pink. Check out this gorgeous pink color. And then to round out the new colors of the Laura Kelly exclusive colors is Magic Wand Silver. So here you can see a whole rainbow of foil colors. They are gorgeous. They all pair together perfectly, and they are going to work with the toner sheets. There's 2 stamp sets. We have the Me and My Peeps, as well as the Kindness on Purpose stamp set. Both of these are so cute and so whimsy. I love the hand-drawn doodle style. So here's the whole release from Laura Kelly, the 2 stamp sets, 8 colors of foil, and 7 6x6 toner sheets. For my card today, I'm going to be using 2 patterns of the Laura Kelly toner sheets and 2 of the Laura Kelly exclusive foil colors. So I'm using spotty dots and dauntless diamonds, and berry purple with sunshine yellow. I have my laminator preheated off to the side, and I'm going to use a piece of deco foil parchment paper as my carrier sheet. This stuff works amazingly well. I decided to just go ahead and foil the whole 6x6 toner sheet. I'm going to make sure that I use a clean microfiber cloth. You could use a duster cloth or something like that, just to give a quick wipe to the toner sheet. This time of year, there's so much dust and so much pollen around that this extra step really is essential. Then I'm going to lay the piece of foil over top of it. You want to make sure that the back of the foil is making contact with your toner, so pretty side up for your foils. I ran them through my laminator, and let's check out these gorgeous patterns. Here's the Dauntless Diamonds with the berry purple. Love this purple shine. It's so beautiful in real life. Hard to catch on the camera, but gorgeous. The next one is going to be the Spotty Dots with Sunshine Yellow. And this one is equally as gorgeous. And remember to keep those negative pieces of the foil because you can do a lot with those too. Check this out. Isn't that just such a pretty design? I'm going to be using Distress Oxide sprays today to give color to my projects. I'm going to be using some mustard seed for my yellow, and then I have picked raspberry for my blue, and then or for my pink rather, and then Mermaid Lagoon for my blue. I'm doing this 2 ways. So this is the toner sheet that I have already foiled because I wanted to see if you could do this, use these sprays before or after the foil if it mattered, and it doesn't. So I'm just going ahead and spraying and kind of flicking some color on as well. And in the end, I ended up not using this panel. I think I got a little carried away. I should have stopped with just 1 or 2 sprays of each color. See how the color got a little bit muddy here? I'm going to work on a second panel, and I think that one turned out better. So all I'm doing is just taking a piece of, or a microfiber cloth rather, and then I'm just going to dab up the excess color that's sitting on top of the foil because the foil will resist any inking medium that you use. So I just kind of dabbed it up and then wiped it away. Then I added some spatters, and you can see here that it got on top of the foil, and that's just because I was spattering randomly. I let that dry, And like I said, I ended up not using that panel because I thought there was too much color in the background. Here's my second panel. I'm again using spotty dots. I have a thing for polka dots. I just love them. And I thought it would be fun to just add a little bit of color. So I'm taking those same 3 colors of Distress Oxide sprays, the Picked Raspberry, the Mermaid Lagoon, and the Mustard Seed. And instead of spraying this time, I'm just flicking or spattering some paint on. And if you notice, I have not foiled this yet, so you could see the sprays worked well after the foil, and I wanted to try and see if they worked before the foiling. So I set this aside to dry for a while. These toner sheets are coated, and the oxide sprays take a while to dry, so I ended up actually using my heat tool because I got a little bit impatient. But check this out. Look at how perfectly this foiled, and I do want to mention that there was some oxide paint on top of the foiling marks where the toner, it would foil, and it totally didn't matter at all. It foiled perfectly. So that's the background I'm going to use for today's card. I'm using the new Laura Kelly Kindness on Purpose stamp set. I just love this cute little cupcake. Unfortunately, I can't eat cupcakes, but I do love to color them. And my favorite cupcakes are vanilla cupcakes. I'm going to color the icing on here with some cool gray markers. I went back and forth between whether or not to color with cool grays or with warm grays or maybe some light earth brown markers to get that vanilla coloring. And I went with the cool grays simply because the majority of my card is a cool color. It's going to be very white in the background. It just has those little pops of color. So I thought that the cool gray would go better with that. So for the vanilla icing, I'm using C3, C2, and C0, and then I'll come in with a little bit of colorless blender and just blend that out a little bit to give a highlight in the middle of that icing. I wanted to use the same 3 colors on my cupcake that I used on the background. So I found some coordinating marker colors. For my yellow, I'm using Y19, Y08, and Y06. And I'm just going to make a rainbow cupcake wrapper. I start with my dark color, go to my medium, and then to my light, keeping that white or lighter highlight through the center there. For pinks, I'm using R85, R83, and R81, and again, just adding a little bit of shadow, and then going on to my medium, and then to my light color. I'm going to use those same colors on the sprinkles to give a little bit of rainbowness to the sprinkles as well. For my blue color, I decided to go with blue-green, so I used BG15, BG13, and BG10. And same thing, I just continued on coloring, and then I cut this out once I was done. I stamped a sentiment, and I'm going to use some purple tape to hold a die in place to cut out this sentiment strip. And you're going to see me bring in my first background here. This was when I thought I was going to go with a really colorful background. I am going to find a circle die that's going to fit within my stitched rectangle die. I wanted to have a little bit of stitched detail here. So I'm going to pick out a stitched circle die that's going to perfectly fit my cupcake as well as kind of center up inside of that stitched rectangle. And I'll use that circle die to cut down the Dauntless Diamonds background. Now I did go in afterwards and add some oxide spray to these, to this background as well to match my other background that I ended up using, as you can see here. I still thought that this card needed a little bit of something else, so I pulled out a product that I haven't used in a long time and it was just begging to be used. I'm going to use the Pop and Pink neon enamel transfer sheets along with some Deco Foil white foam sheets. I'm going to just remove one side of the backer from the foam sheet and put that onto some white cardstock. And then I'll remove the other side and just lay this neon enamel transfer sheet right over the top. I find that it's easiest to kind of roll your adhesive into it or roll the enamel over the top. That way you minimize bubbles. I'll trim any excess away, and I will just run this right through my die cutting machine just like your die cutting paper, and the enamel, the Deco Foil foam sheet, as well as the cardstock underneath are going to cut absolutely perfectly, and I'll have a great stitched circle with that neon pop and pink color to go behind my cupcake. I'm going to use some new ThermOWeb adhesives. I am absolutely so excited that ThermOWeb has these big rolls of iCraft foam tape. And what's great about these is that they come in two thicknesses. So I'm using the 1/16 of an inch thick, so it's a little bit thinner if you just want a little bit of dimension. But they do have the thicker, the 1/6 or 1/8 of an inch as well. The backer tape on these is so easy to remove, which is a big deal. I think that's absolutely amazing. Love this big roll of foam tape. Here is my finished card. I hope that you love this. I love that spotty dots background with just the flicks of colored oxide inks. The poppin' pink neon enamel really brings out the shine of the backgrounds. Thank you so much for watching this video. All of the products I used are available in the ThermOWeb shop and linked below. Thanks for watching. Bye. Thank you again very much for watching this video. If you liked this video and you'd like to see more from me, please hit that subscribe button that is on the screen now. And here are a few other videos that I thought you might enjoy.